In this video, I want to talk briefly about how I use this little intervalometer, which I've talked about before, to do family shoots. Now, I've been using these for about 3 years now, and really like them, really simple. Recently, I discovered the trigger trap, which if you have a smartphone, you get a dongle, cable, and the smartphone, and you have an intervalometer and a variety of other ways to trigger your camera. But if you've got one of these, and they run about 13 to 15 bucks on Amazon. I'll put the link down below the video. It's a great way to take pictures every X number of seconds, either to create a time lapse or, and this is something else that I've been teasing some and I've been asked to make a video about, how to use this to take family photos. Because the traditional way to take family photos, you put the camera on the self timer, you run over, you sit down, it takes a picture, you go back, you do that, and you vice versa. Or you get one of those little infrared remotes. You run over, you press the button, 2 seconds, it takes a picture, press the button, 2 seconds, it takes a picture. Those have downsides. One, you have to, without the remote, you have to run back and forth. 2, with the remote, in bright sunlight, those remotes aren't very reliable. They work on infrared and can easily be, that signal can be just blinded by the bright sun. And you have to put your hand up and down and kind of unnaturally arrange yourself for each picture. What I like about these little intervalometers is you set it up to take 10 pictures every 2 seconds. You give it a little bit of delay, you go over, you sit down and smile and click. And then every 2 seconds, click, click, click. And you can do a bunch of smiles. If you got a bigger group, there's a very likelihood that someone's going to have their eyes closed for a picture. So by taking several of them without having to raise your arm up or down or move back to the camera can be really handy. And you can even do more, 15, 20, and do the first 5 serious, the next 5 goofy, next 5 your grumpiest face, whatever you desire. And so you can get some really nice results out of that. So how do we set this up? I'll say the one con about these little timers is the instructions they come with are not very good. And so this video is going to show you how to set it up. It takes 2 AAA batteries, and as I have very fresh ones in, you can see the screen is nice and bright. If your screen is kind of dim and hard to read, the batteries aren't in good shape and you should switch them out. So, when you first start it up, this should be the general settings that it comes out of the box the first time you turn it on. You have your light and lock button, and I'll just show you. If you hold this down for a second, the L appears, and now it is locked mode, and these other buttons don't do anything. This is great if you're going to throw it in your bag and you don't want to worry about it being triggered. You hold that down again for a period of time, and that that lock will go away. It also turns on the light at night. I think it's too bright for you to see that here, but there is a small light, that little LED panel there that lights up. Okay, so in the middle of this control panel at the bottom we have the set button. Before we do that though, I'm just going to walk through our settings here. So first, the little line is under delay. That is the time until it takes the first shot. For a group photo, 8 to 10 seconds to let you get back over and get situated. You could put it on 15 if you want. We'll look at how to do that in a minute. Long. This is the length of the time you want the shutter open, and unless you're taking star trail pictures at night, you want to leave this on 0. You only use long or length when it is connected to your camera and your camera is in bulb mode. So we're just going to completely skip that. Interval. This is the time between pictures. Right now it's set on 1 second. I think for group pictures 1 or 2 seconds is just fine. And then N is the number of pictures you want it to take before it stops. Right now it's set on 1. That's in the bottom corner here, a little glare, but you should be able to see that. And then the last very important, just kidding, setting is the whether or not you have sound. And there's a tiny little note there, and you can see there's a tiny little note down there. So let's press right one more time and we're back to delay. So let's set this up if I was going to take a group picture of 5 or 6 people. I'm going to press set, and now this is hours, minutes, and seconds. So for the first, I'm just pressing right. I'm going to say wait 8 seconds. I'm just pressing up on the control pad. Now I hit set. and I move to long, and I said we're going to skip that, and so we are, so I'm skipping that. Interval, I'm going to press set, and I'm going to go right to seconds, and I'm going to say every 2 seconds, and press set, and move to the number, press set, and I'm going to go up. If you go down from 1, you get this little dash dash. Dash dash is infinity. It'll keep taking pictures until you come back over and press the start or the stop button, which is also the start button. Let's put it on 5. Set. And do I want it to beep each time? Sure. Let's let it beep each time. So that's it. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to press timer start stop. We're going to see that 8 seconds count down. That's me running over to the group, settling down. Everybody get ready. Smile. And now it's into the interval mode, and you can see it goes counting down and the number of pictures it's going to take. And it's done. That's it. So that is setting up this little intervalometer. Real quick, I wanted to show you where you plug in the little intervalometer. So at the end of it should be an attachment that looks something like this. This is an example with the T4i, so I have a cord that works with the Canon Rebels. And there is this little rubber door. It's got a symbol that looks very much like the intervalometer, and underneath that is the mic. You peel this back and you put that into the remote right there. And that's where you plug it in to make it work. And now I'm going to push the little intervalometer button, and I took a picture. There is also, oh, it's off the screen, isn't it? Below, sorry, I have this putty to the thing so that I don't move too much. Below the set button is a shutter button. Pressing that will just automatically trigger the camera to take a picture. That is great for waterfall photos and things of that sort, where you're working with those shutter speeds where you can get mirror vibration, and you should see my other video about how to do mirror lockup to learn more about that. And you don't have to put your hands on the camera. There is also the hold, so if you press this down and push it up, it's going to, and your camera is in bulb mode, it is going to trigger your camera to open the shutter and stay open until you move it back down. And it counts for you up there too, how long that shutter is open. The back of the camera will give you that information as well. Again, that is for very long nighttime exposure type photography. You shouldn't be messing with that in your normal day-to-day photos. That's just not going to come out well. So I hope this was helpful. As I said, the link right is down below. If you want to see more videos about this, shoot me an email. There we go. There's the glare gone. Or leave a comment down below, and come find me over on Facebook page, on the Facebook page. That link is down below as well. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.